Dog Nation, Jackson, Janet's greetings, and welcome to your daily dose of donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey, bringing you the nonsensical Steelers talk. It is the off season. We don't have a heck of a lot going on. We're going to skip the intro again this week, as we're going to keep this one nice, short, and sweet. As you might see here, a few more times in the off season, I think we're going to really focus on ranking AFC North position groups and how they go. Just, keep the content coming, keep it a little short. We'll start with the easiest group, the most set in stone group, and that's the quarterbacks here in the AFC North. There's two tiers of thought, the Joe Burrow lovers, the Lamar Jackson lovers. I'm going to tell you right now, Burrow had the longer run, but Lamar has shown the more consistency to bring his team to the top. And you'll see that here put into our rankings, I think, because I think that's the biggest debate. So, of course, I want to start with talking about that one. So for this group, we'll start top to bottom. We'll start number one, the Baltimore Ravens, and that's because Lamar Jackson is, a couple-time MVP in there, a guy who's made the playoffs a lot, really winning this division a lot, does things no one else in this division can do in terms of his legs, and has shown the ability to be precise at times as a passer, although that's where his weakness can come up. Both him and Burrow have suffered injuries. That's where you're close there. Obviously, you can figure out who number two is going to be. But I think Lamar holds the best right now. And being the best starter obviously puts your position group in number one. We get to number two. Of course, it's going to be the Bengals with their quarterback position group. That's purely because of Joe Burrow. Absolute monster passing the ball. We haven't seen quite the same thing since returning from injury. The team hasn't been as good. He doesn't have the mobility to survive a bad offensive line. Just little things that if it was just passing the football, of course, Joe Burrow is the best pure passer in this division, but athleticism has to be taken into account where Lamar gets it over. And just, the whole body, when you look at it, is Lamar's whole body has been better than Joe Burrow's to this point. Joe Burrow clearly is the guy with the absolute highest ceiling in terms of a passer, but in terms of being an overall quarterback, I think that's Lamar, and that's why you see the Bengals here in two. Now, where it gets fun here is when we start discussing who should be 3 and 4, and mainly because one of them's a train wreck and one of them's an old man. I think the old man's slightly better than the train wreck, so that's going to give the Steelers here, and maybe some potential in Drew Aller or Will Howard if you're a fan of them. Give the Steelers the third best position group. You know what you're getting in Aaron Rodgers, an immobile quarterback who can still kind of sling it out there. He's old, though, so he doesn't want to get hit, so he doesn't really hold it and show off his down the field presence as much. And hopefully you'll see a step forward to him with a better receiving crew that hopefully can create space a little bit quicker and really just move this team forward with a coach who's been very successful with Aaron before. I think the Steelers come in solidly number 3 in the quarterback position, and then that leaves the lowly Browns at 4th. I don't care if it's Shedeur Sanders. I don't care if it's the Tyler kid they drafted from Arkansas. I don't care if it's Massage Watson. The fact of the matter is none of those quarterbacks, at least in the last 4 years, have looked like an NFL quarterback. I know people want to argue Shedeur, but no, not at all. Not what you want to see going there. So that's the rankings. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm right. Tell me how you prefer this over that. And maybe we'll get some, talk about other people's takes if they're down there and why they were made and how they differ from this. But the quarterback rankings, I think they're pretty set in stone. I like the way I have them here. So then let's go on to a shout out. This week, we'll shout out the U.S. men's national team for winning their first game and playing tonight. So let's hope it goes well and we make it to the 8 remaining right here as we're in the round of 16 right now. So let's get some soccer shout out in the football podcast. And now I'll let you know I'm the Viking Donkey. It's Viking_Donkey on Twitch and Twitter. Your daily dose of donkey with Ginger is where you get this awesome content. Hopefully we'll have Gingy on here in a little bit. We'll continue the rankings with him, but the show might be a little longer when we get in and have a little talk with Gingy, but not a whole lot of football stuff coming on. And that's why it's been that way. But Donk Nation, Steelers Nation, wave them if you got them. Here we go.